helps if you turn the microphone on. How you going? Bit unplanned again, but that's all right. Oh, I meant to make a post in the Patreon, which I should have done before this. I'm going to do it quickly now while people are coming. G'day, John. I was supposed to be editing, and I've edited out. I thought it'd be a quick edit this afternoon. Well, half of the day, and it's been a slow edit. Title. Finished. Sorry. I didn't get the editing finished tonight. So I'm going to have a beer and go live on YouTube. Well, now what have I done? Press the wrong button. Hang on, I'll finish it tomorrow. Cheers. Oh, oops. Cheers. Next. Publish. Oh, I should have put the link, shouldn't I? I'll do that now. If I can find the link. What's the link to this stream? Anyone got it? G'day, Ollie. Innocent bystander. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Can usually show it. Stream settings, stream health. Where is it? I don't know. I can't find it. I won't post the link then. Can't find things on my own channel. You know things are rough then, don't you? View your channel. Ah, there it is. Share. Copy the link. I'll be with you in a sec. My page. Oh, I've gone to a different page again. There we go. Paste. I'll paste it there. I'll even edit the post. And paste it in there as well. Paste. Next. Save. All right. That's done. Now, oh, what does that mean? Oh, I think that's this isn't very exciting to anyone, but my sister's in Europe at the moment, and she keeps sending me Snapchats. Oh, and she's got me on this. I think she's a little bit worried about getting kidnapped or lost or something. She's got me on one of those apps where it's like when you've got kids and you can follow your kids or whatever. So every time she's just been for a drive, apparently. She must have been on a bullet train or something. I don't know what they call them over there in the Europe. She was doing 350 Ks, it was saying. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Do the trains do 350 K in Europe? I don't know. I'm on the red again. It's actually cleared up. I know I keep saying it's actually cleared up really well, but it just doesn't look like it on the camera. Look, you can see my fingers get the light. You can see my fingers through it if you get the light in the right spot. This is a red ale, a hoppy red ale. Just looks awful out here. If you weren't here last week, I didn't see the other video. I brewed it on a big commercial system. It didn't quite turn out how I wanted, but it's still a good beer. And I got some feedback from, there was one of the lecturers at school at the beer college. Unofficially took a keg of it to a 3-day beer festival. I think it was in Adelaide a week or two ago. And people really liked it. So he was happy. Yeah. It's very possible I might be teaching at that school soon. Oh, I just got to do that too. I forgot to do that today. I was supposed to send the lecturer a message saying, yeah, I am interested in becoming a teacher there part-time. And I forgot to do it, so I better do that while I remember. Shit, forgot to say you can tell Sam I'm interested at least in the online classes. Cheers, mate. If I can get a buck out of teaching people how to brew just a couple of hours a week, that would be all right. I should be able to not worm it, but because I'm not, you know, I'm not a trained TAFE teacher or whatever, I should be able to get it so I don't have to do the marking or anything like that. I just do the bits I'm good at, you know what I mean? But who knows what will happen in the future. But at least at the start, it'll just be teaching students the course I just did, which I could probably do with my eyes shut, most of it. The only stuff that I have to go over again, which isn't, another teacher does that stuff anyway, all the legalities and the laws in different areas and states and that, which I have done, but in one area out the other. But all the theory, all the brewing bit of it is a walk in the park. So yeah, I don't really have anything planned. I think I said that happened last week too, but I wasn't planning on even going live tonight, but that's the way it's happened. I felt like a beer and I thought I might as well come out to the garage because it's nice and warm out here. And if there be any questions or anyone want to talk about anything, want a game of cards. I haven't got any dart. Oh, there is a dart board over there. Game of Travel Scrabble. Anything? That's nice. I was worried about it at first, but it's a nice beer. Sometimes they don't turn out exactly how you wanted them to, like how you envisioned them, but it doesn't matter as long as they're still good to drink. Anyone having a sip? What are you playing there? Okay, your little picture thing is so small, Ollie. Are you playing a guitar? Is that you? Or is it Angus Young or something? I don't know. Ah, cool. Drop into Bell's. You can go to Bell's and the new one across the road, which is now, I can't remember who took over it. Is it Ocean Reach or one of those? So you've got 3 in Torquay now. 3. 3. Now I'll go to channel. If I go to your channel, I might be able to see the picture better. It is. Oh, you're playing guitar. You're a guitar player. That's all right. One day you'll learn how to play bass and you'll realise you're wrong all along. Horror Madness movies, message retracted. What does that mean? Does that mean you posted something you shouldn't have posted or something? I don't know. I can't wait. I haven't been down to Bell's for, I keep going to say Beechworth, down to Torquay for ages. But the brewer I know from Bell's he's been in Europe too. Everyone's been in bloody Europe. Where are they getting the money from to do all this shit? He must be getting paid too much. I'll have a chat to his bosses at Bell's Brewing. A Black Rock Hazy, brew in the bag. All right, sounds interesting. Is that one of those new bag things? I'm guessing it is. Good. They're quite expensive. I guess they have to be if they're coming from New Zealand and heavy to post around. Oh, good. I haven't tried one yet. I must be the only YouTuber they didn't send any to. I think they send them to everyone. Probably because I just don't, I rarely do extract beer anymore. Are you getting ads? Oh, sorry about that. I put it on, I forget what they said, low ads, like the lowest you could put the ads on. I didn't think they'd be on very often, so sorry about that. I don't know if everyone gets them at the same time, or I don't know how it works. But I put it on the lowest setting. There was 3 different settings. Where is it? I don't know if I can change it midstream. Oh, that's going to start playing. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Keep going back to Ollie's page. Insert ad, delay ads. I can press delay ads. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting them this early. Anyway, I don't know how often. Well, Oh, good on you. Get in one. Get one in your belly. Ireland, I thought you had them for breakfast. That's disappointing now. Is how you don't. What do you got to have? Have you been brewing, or you got something in the fridge? In the fridge. Today I've been messing around with, yesterday I was messing around with caustic, which I don't usually use in the brewery. And then today I was rinsing it all and sanitizing and neutralizing it all, because I don't like using it. But then I thought, since I'm doing it, I might as well video some of it. At least for patrons, and if it turns out okay, then I'll put it on the main channel, And that's taken, most of yesterday and today, which just seems ridiculous, but it has. I got this new filter. I accidentally bought one a little bit bigger than I needed. I don't need one at all, but I thought I'd buy one, and it turned up, and I'm going to take this chiller off. I'm going to knock it down. I might just put it in there. It's a little bit bigger than I needed. And it's got 2-inch fitting. Sanitizer all over the place. 2-inch fittings instead of 1.5 inch. That's where I stuffed up. But it doesn't matter. It's just sort of like it's nearly bloody commercial size hop filter, and I don't really need it, but I was after something new to play with. Very basic design. And it's kind of like the one I used at school, but kind of different at the same time. It's got a bigger mesh, and then you can get different size meshes. I got a 40 one. I don't know if that's going to be too big, too small. But I've got another bunch of whole hops to use, and I thought I'd try it with that because the whole hops are a pain in the ass. You can nearly ferment a batch in this. You're right. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than I expected. You know, when you see things, and I got it from like one of those cheap Chinese websites. But you know, when they give you a measurement, and they said 26 centimeters, and I picked up the ruler and went, oh yeah, so yeah, by the time it comes from China, it's going to be this big, you know what I mean, and about this round. They're never quite what they say. And then it turned up, and I went, oh shit, it actually looks bigger. That's what they say. That's what she said. So anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, the difference between a 2-inch tri-clamp and a 1.5 tri-clamp isn't much. Half an inch. You know what I mean? It's not much. Where'd that put that towel? I just got a clean towel out to wipe that chair off before. But it was interesting. I'm bumping my mic, am I? Interesting talk about not much. But what I was talking about, which is, I'm ruining my videos, but yeah, the difference in pH, and it's a real why some are really dangerous and why some aren't. Although I don't really go into it because it's a bit scientific for my channel. But what I mean by that is caustics over 12 pH and your sanitizers below 3, both are right at the end of the spectrums. Caustic's really, really dangerous, and your sanitizers aren't that dangerous when they're all mixed properly. But people get confused and think, it's only because that one's really high that it's dangerous, but you can have really high pH on 2 different alkalis and then one dangerous and not the other one. And same with the acids. So I kind of was talking about that. And that you can't, I was talking to someone the other day, that's where the idea came from, excuse me. And they were saying, oh, they just dilute they use caustic in their brewery all the time, and they just dilute it with some water and pour it down the drain. And I go, have you ever measured what you're pouring down the drain? And they went, oh, no. But, I water it down like with twice as much water or whatever, and pH doesn't work that way. pH is logarithmic, so it's 10 times the amount. And then when you're watering it down with water's already at 7, so if you're trying to water something down from 14 back to 7, you need a shit ton of water. It doesn't quite work out. Anyway, it's kind of interesting if you're into that shit. I was on to you last week about the smoke Weizen. That's right. I wouldn't reuse it. I was rewatching that video the other day, and I don't know why I was so kind. I mean, I should have just said, no, don't use it. I was rewatching it, and I was editing a copy down to put on the main channel. And, oh yeah, you'd put it down the trade waste, but most breweries would have a trade waste collection or a what do they call them? Like a sump or like a reservoir and a settling tank. And so they pump most of the shit in there, and then if you've got enough money, you'll have a pH reader in there, and it will automatically dose stuff to neutralise your trade waste. Because if the council start taking readings down the local creek or in the drains and start seeing bad crap coming through, then they're going to come looking, and you're going to get in a world of shit these days. But it's at home, I had 10 litres of it. Would that have mattered? Probably not, but not here. But if you live somewhere that you knew it was going down the local creek, you might not want to put it in, you know. Depends how much you care, I guess, you know. But like for 10 litres, for me to water that down to be safe, it's probably, you know, a crap load of water. I don't know, I haven't done the math, but it'd be over 100 litres. Probably more. And, you know, people say to add vinegar or citric acid, and I did a whole lot of tests today, which you shouldn't do because some of it can be dangerous mixing shit together. And none of them made diddly squat difference to my 10 litres. Added citric acid, added vinegar, all sorts of stuff to it, and it didn't even make it move at all. It was just an example. I would not tell anyone to do that. Not even when you got 10 litres. Yeah, I don't know what you do at home. Water the hell out, water it down, water it down, water it down. Yeah, I just don't think you should be using caustic at home, really. That's what it comes down to. There's no need for it. And even here, it's something, well, it's the first time I've done it here, and I've had my plate chiller 10 years. I did it today, and no junk came out or anything, which was good to see, which was a bit of a relief. All the scary stories you hear. I've never had a problem with it, but you hear a lot of people. I don't know if they have or they just hear other stories and repeat it all the time. So I was supposed to brew today. Everything's, well, that was, I think last week when I brew, I'd set up the fermenter, and that's full of sanitizer too, which I've been pumping through it. It's stainless, so it can stay in there, it doesn't matter. Oh, you don't want to be in there for too long, but I haven't got to the brewing. Then I thought, oh, I'll try out my new filter just for the hell of it. Yeah, I know Hendo very well. We might be working together shortly. I don't know. He yeah, he's good, but it's the same old, same old. He's got his 4 things he does, and you know, you water, reduce oxygen, pitch healthy yeast. And there's one more he talks about a lot of the time, and I can't remember what it is. No, he knows what he's doing. He the only thing I can't, the only thing is the AI stuff and the I'm too old. I'm too old for his flashy videos. Too old and grumpy. What do you think about all the hot side? Yeah, I think it matters. It really does. I mean, it depends on the beer you're making, but with oxygen, it's a little bit different before on the hot side too, but it all makes a difference. And in most oxygen is cumulative, so it just a little bit of damage here, 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 where someone might go, oh, it doesn't matter. It all adds up in the end. So it depends how much you care. It depends what you're doing on the hot side. You know, when water is, like, by the time you get to sparging and stuff, where you like got 80-degree water, then 80-degree water really struggles to hold oxygen. So that's a different thing. But if you're trying to do like a Hellas or something like that, really light in, you know, where things stick out, I'd reduce oxygen as much as you can, splashing, even in the mash, all that sort of thing. I would. How you going? Did I just say hello, Tim? I need another drink, don't I? I'm trying not to. I felt like a drink. I was sick of editing. I was in my room editing. Then I heard the wife and kids go to bed. I went, right, I'm going to have a beer. Besides breathing, oxygen kills us. I mean, breathing kills us, doesn't it? It causes rust, right? Oxidation's rust in metal. It wrecks everything. It absolutely wrecks it. As much as it gives life, it absolutely destroys everything. It makes things go stale. It's just not good, right? You know, if you're brewing a huge big stout all the way through, it probably doesn't matter if it gets a little bit oxidized, but it is going to change the beer, whether you know, you might not be able to tell because it's so roasty or so whatever. But things happen. What's the bit in the grainfather though? So it's only the, I just always make sure it's the same in the Brewzilla that that my return pipe or recirc pipe's in the, you know, not splashing around too much, sits in the grain. As long as you pull it out when you turn the pump off so it doesn't get sucked grain back down the bottom. But I need a beer. Hang on. I don't have anything I should organise things to play while I go and get a beer. Instead of just looking at my dirty shed. So we've got Ireland. How's New Zealand treating you, Tim? Where are you, Paul? Oh, you said before you were at... Yeah, Hendo's a tech teacher. You know what they say? If you can't do, you teach. Or what isn't it? Something like that. That's where I'm going there too. Hang on, I'll go and get a beer. I'm sitting here looking at my empty beer glass and it's making me depressed. Oh, man. Fuck, I didn't mean to pour that. Forgot about the mic. I poured the wrong beer. I really didn't want another red. Even though I'm enjoying it, I just wanted to have a pale. Oops, that's my, oh, you can't hear it anyway, the mic's on me. I can hear my diabetes thing kicking off, but it's probably because it's out of range. Yeah, that's the way it goes, Graham. Night shift in the control room. Oh, you're back on that, Tim? Yeah. Oh, you're in New Zealand too? I used to be able to do it with my phone, but yeah, haven't got it set up on this computer. Now, Hendo started down here. He used to go to a home brew shop that I went to a long time ago. And then he started Gypsy Brewing. I can't remember. I know I had one or two of his beers. And then something went wrong and it all went south. And after that, he disappeared and then turned up in Queensland. A few years later, and next minute he's at the TAFE or whatever. Excuse me. And so that's what he does now, TAFE and like online coaching. I was using my spunding valve on the thermos or closed transfer. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about a grainfather fermenter then? Is that the difference you're talking about, Paul? You've changed to. I thought you were talking about your brewing thing. You're talking about the grainfather fermenter. I don't really know them if that's what you're talking about, but they're stainless, aren't they? And like most stainless, I should let you answer before I start talking rubbish because you might have meant something else, but there might be a little bit of a lag. They say New Zealand's behind. A few years. I mean, no, there's probably a bit of lag for everybody. Cheers. This is the pale ale I brewed at the on the big system at the tech. Looking very nice at the moment. Oh, I'm still doing the big hops giveaway. I guess it probably is not very good for people in New Zealand. It's probably not worth sending New Zealand hops back to them. But a big hop giveaway coming up. I should have done it this week. I meant to do it today, but I got carried away with the muck around with this filter and things. But huge hop giveaway coming up for those that weren't here last week and didn't see the other video. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about at least 35. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to keep some for myself, but probably only a kilo each of my own. But so there's a good 30, 40 kilos of hops I'm going to give away. I can't, as I said last week, I can't afford to post. I can't afford postage. You know, if I'm going to send half a kilo to someone or a kilo to someone, you know, there might be 30 of those. I can't afford the postage, but if people are willing to pay the postage, they can get some hops. Most of them, no, not Rawaka. It is Rakow. Is that how you say it? Nelson Sav, Motueka, and some El Dorado. I'm not sure on the state of El Dorado. Someone tried to tell me the other day, or told me the other day, I should say, that Yakima don't flush their hops with, nitrogen or something. But I find that very, very hard to believe. Because if they haven't been flushed, they're a little bit old. They're 2022, right? So you probably wouldn't use them for dry hopping, but you can use them for everything else. This was made with 2022 hops in the boil, 2023 hops as aroma, because that was all I had at the time. Preferably, I wouldn't do that, but as flavour hops, they're perfectly fine. Bittering and flavour hops are perfectly fine. And you can test them, and if you like the aroma, you can use them for aroma as well. When I put the competition, it's not even going to be a competition, it's just a fucking giveaway. So I don't know. I think a kilo is probably too much for a home brewer of one hop. But I've got a lot to give away, so maybe 500 gram batches. But if you want a kilo, or you're in a brew club that wants a kilo and a half or something, let me know. But I'll go through all this when I was meant to do it this week and it just got away from me. Postage. All you have to do is pay postage. Look, postage is not that cheap these days, and I'm going to have to buy bags to put them in. Like I've got vacuum seal bags. That's cool. that's covered. But, you know, I have to buy postage satchels or whatever. And postage, it's probably, you know, if I'm start sending 500 grams to kilo, it's probably going to be around $15 by the time I get satchels and postage. Depending where you live, if you live in the country somewhere, then it might be a little bit more, but I'll try and sort of round it up. It's probably going to be $15 postage, something like that. That'll include, you know, packaging and all that sort of shit. But it's cheap, right? What's hops? They're at least $10 for 100 grams for a home brewer, something like that, aren't they? So, you know, it's half a kilo to a kilo. You're doing all right, I think. But it's up to you guys. I'm not forcing anyone to take them. The grainfather pressure transfer is different, yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a full pressure kit, is it, by the sounds of it? Even though, that's what I was going to say before, I've got some stainless ones here that aren't pressure vessels, but they can still handle 1 or 2 PSI, which is all you need, you know. You know, even a plastic fermenter can usually handle 1 or 2 PSI. Mate, I have watched you since the old Oats NIPA Cooper's days. Never used a message thing, but I'm doing it right. Awesome, Tilted Dan, thanks. Cheers, mate. Thank you. G'day, Graham French. Message retracted. I don't know why that message, I don't know why it says that. I don't know. I haven't said any. Oh, where are you at, Graham? A long way away. Go back to the good old days. Love YouTube, Dan. Dan the drinking man. Is that what they call you? You always walking on a tilt? Oh, g'day, Mick. How you going? What does it mean, something? Oh, don't tell me. I don't. Oh, I still haven't sent that shirt to you, Mick. Been that freaking busy. It's buried, but I'll get it out again. Because I messaged you just before I started going to Bendigo for half the week every week, and it was just, yeah, it was crazy. I should try and get heavier. I won't ask you here. I was going to say, have you got a different, I don't know what size you wear now, but you don't have to tell me on here anyway. I'm going to order some more transfers, and I'm slowly getting better at it. This was one of mine. Well, this side, so looking at the wrong side of the camera. But I'm not even sure I really like that, but it's better than nothing. This has got shit on the back, but it was test stuff for my brewery thing. Not me, I don't live in Bendigo. I was brewing in Bendigo. But it's not supposed to, that design's not supposed to be on black, but it still looks all right. I have to shout out Heart's Distillery and Kegland. Heart's Distillery. I don't know Heart's Distillery. Yeah, I know, I've had a couple of their beers over the years. Goodlands. Heart's Distillery. Should I know Heart's Distillery? Big shout out to Heart's Distillery. Best gin you'll ever buy, I hear. Is it gin? I don't know. I like gin. I like it. Oh, I never used to like gin, but I've the last couple of years, since it's everywhere, I'm liking it. Oh, I tell you what, last live stream Saturday night, I got a bit loose. I was drinking. I don't know how I survived. I was doing depth charges of me moonshine into my schooners and my far out. And then I started doing it with tequila. Oh my God. Homemade tequila too. Too much fun. Too old for that shit though. Oh, it went all right. I enjoyed it. I'm going to try not to do it tomorrow night. Should do one now. No, I'm not going to do one now. Sugar booms. You still brewing, Michael? Do it. I don't know. Nah, I got to bathe tonight. Tomorrow's night's when I get loose. Fuck, you're talking me into it. No, I don't want to do now I'm looking up at my spirits on the in the cupboard. I don't want to do a depth charge tonight. No depth charges. Although I'm looking up there. The only one I can see is the red one I made, the red cinnamon chili fucking thing. The others are inside. The tequila and the moonshine. Nah, I'm not doing depth charges tonight. Tomorrow night I'll do depth charges again. That's pretty funny though. I'm looking to the side of me here. Hang on. There's the. I'm looking to the side of me here. Excuse the camera wobble. See that gurney? The 4 litre cask of wine. Soft dry red. That was distilled into spirits that I was. Oh, I feel like I'm on a bit of an angle at the moment. Hang on. That was distilled into spirits. That I was depth charging last week. On another note, what would you recommend for decent beers over there? Every time I go to Uncle Dan's, I don't have very good luck. When you come over here, if I had to buy it, yeah, I distilled the wine. I wanted to see if I could buy like a $10 goon. I think it was actually $10.50 or something, and get a bottle of spirit out of it, and I did. I did, and then I grabbed out all my homemade wine that I made in a video years back, and distilled that as well. I'm not lying. I'll show you. So there was all my homemade bottles of red, and I fucking put them through the still too. Excuse my language. Oh, it looks like I've still got 2. I haven't, but I put about a dozen of those through as well. Sorry about the camera. So I put the 4 litre got me 1 bottle, and I'd done that, and I went, fuck it, I've got all this other red wine here. It takes me years to drink red wine. I only have like 1 bottle every couple of months. So that's all getting distilled. I put all them through as well. Made it worthwhile then. And now I've turned it into all sorts of stuff. So hang on, back to the goon bag. Good evening. I said that before. I said it at fever. Never got a laptop. But if you're having to go to Dan's, you should be able to find, well, it depends what state you're in, what you find really. But if you're in Victoria, or you've got Hawkers will be in Dan's. Hawkers West Coast IPA is a cracker. You'll probably find some Stomping Ground IPA. You'll probably find some Juicy Banger and some Blackman's Juicy Banger. There's quite a bit in Dan's if you go to the right ones. Kegland. Well, I'm supposed to be getting one of their stills eventually. It's one of those things. It takes me years to get something. On the Vienna shitter. No, yeah. Well, look, you can't go wrong with Hawkers, right? If you can remember Hawkers, even Kaiju, Hawkers, Blackman's, Stomping Ground. You can't go wrong. Check the dates. Check the dates on the cans. Don't buy an IPA that's over 3 months old. Unless you have to. But you can find them in Dan's, and they're good beers. You can't go wrong with the Hawkers West Coast. Can't go wrong with or even the Bolter. The same with the Bolter IPA. If you get that fresh, but you got to make sure they're fresh, right? Fresh. If they got a use by, drink them 9 months before the use by, because most of them are a year use by. So you don't want to buy an IPA that's over 3 months in the can. That cocktail stuff. Yeah, I haven't tried that cocktail stuff. I have tried their ginger beer, and I have tried. No, that's all I've tried. I like the ginger beer. The ginger beer is good. Easy. They still brew in their same brewery. I mean, they do. Bolter's still like. Bolter's still good if you get it fresh. I don't like the hazy that much anymore. Sick of it, but just their regular IPA. But it's got to be fresh though. Yeah, I've heard that stuff they sell. Some people are really liking it. Vina or something, Vina, whatever it is. But it just, all that sort of stuff reminds me of their base alcohol they use is like a fermented, I don't know, wine or something. And it reminds me of these casks we used to buy when I was about, I'd probably be about 20 or something, 19, 20. And it was like a fermented vodka and orange thing. Vinca, it wasn't Vinca, I said, no, it was something in like these 2 litre casks that we'd buy for like $8 or something. Well, I don't even know if they were that much, probably cheaper. Oh, they were so disgusting, but they were so cheap we used to buy them to get drunk. And whenever I read like a wine spirit or something like that, it reminds me of that. Nikov, that was it, Nikov, that was what it was called. You know, Tim, you're into it too, weren't you, with a straw? I don't know what that shit was, but it was like syrupy, I don't know. But we drank it. We drank it. It was better than home brew at the time. Gave it to the old lady. It was like Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. What? Oh, Dan. Fucking making me laugh. Devil's Juice. How you doing, Mark? But, you know, we were still drinking Dr. Jerd's Jungle Juice back then, and our Goonies and Passion Pop and fucking anything we get our hands on. We used to get bloody Passion Pop for less than $2 a bottle at some stage. And then I remember when it went up to $2.25 on special. Couldn't drink that again. Some of my friends, like girls, still drink that shit. I don't even know it was still around. Passion Pop. Far out. What gear am I using here? Look, it looks a lot. It's just, it looks a bit madness at the moment. Just the same. I got my Brewzilla. I'm still on the Brewzillas at the moment, mainly for brewing. I got the 65 and the 35, depending on what I'm doing. I've been using the X3, is it? Fermenter thing. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. It's got a label on it somewhere. What are they called? Has to be on the other side. Brew built. As a fermenter, mainly because it's easier. It's on wheels, and as much as the cleaning's a pain in the ass, but it's got an element that fits it, and it's got it jacketed, and I can use my glycol, so I don't have to have it in a fridge. And at the moment, my fridges have got kegs in them, so that's handy. Most of these I'm still trying to sell. I just haven't. It's got to happen. All the Nano X stuff needs to be sold. There's 1, 2, 3 Nano X fermenters that need to go, and the whole brew system for the Nano X I don't want anymore. And the other couple of things up the back, they're like, I've kept them for their museum pieces. That's a Robo Brew 1, Robo Brew 2, and maybe Robo Brew 3. I don't know. I didn't think I had them all still, but it looks like I do. And because now we've got the Gen 4, so I've got one of every of the old school stuff, but I've had that for years. And I was going to sell like the Gen 2, and then I dropped it. So it's got a dent. I mean, it still works, but then I didn't want to sell it to someone just in case it broke. So there's not as much as it looks at the moment, but they're up on milk crates, so they look, they're only tiny things really. They're up on 2 milk crates actually. If they were on the ground, you wouldn't see them behind me, but that's not why they're on milk crates. They're on milk crates to keep them out when this fucking garage floods when it rains. Go Darrows. Yeah, I know, that's the Robo Brew thing. And I've got to do a Gen 4 versus Robo Brew 1, and I've been saying it for a long time, and it hasn't happened yet. But it's going to happen. I love goons, mate. I tell you, that's the only one I've bought for a long time, though. Anyway. We used to be down the beach when I was a lad. We'd have our Warner Brothers cups from KFC, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and be drinking goon out of them in our underpants and studded belts. Where's Goon of Fortune? Yes, I've played Goon of Fortune. More than once. Oops, shouldn't have pressed that button. Don't press that button. And then on the west end. What else? Bond 7. That was the cheapest scotch we could buy. Goon of Reckoning. Flagons. Hey, that old. Flagons. Used to pinch port out of flagons and claret from my aunts and stuff. You don't see flagons anymore, do you? Should. They were good. Everyone had flagons. Even if you didn't drink flagons, you had them in your house to hold candles. For the grandfather, I like the fermenter heating and the cooling, but they lack in the pressure part, although I never ferment. Yeah, I don't go over 5 PSI anyway, either. Firkins. Firkin right off. I'll get the pillow out in a minute. Although I was going to keep that for the video, but that's got its... Before I do the video for it, it's oh, there's a bag gone out of it already. Oh, I've already I must have emptied it. I took the bag out and really got the rest out of it. You know you're desperate when you've done that. The bag's already gone. Bag's already gone. That's sad. Thought it was still in there. 30 PSI. Who ferments at 30? None of my fermenters go to 30. Oh, no, my Firmzilla does, but none of the stainless ones do. I must have needed a pillow. I probably had to sleep out here one night. The wife kicked me out. You can drink it before it starts fermenting. I need another beer. I might get this other one out the fridge. Might as well just drink it. I was going to save it for tomorrow night, but... Oh, there's a few other ones in here, though. What's that one? Sticky Icky. Yeah, I might leave it for tomorrow. Nah, fuck it. I'll drink it tonight. Excuse my language. I'll drink the Sticky Icky. Could have had more of mine, but this is the last one of these sitting in there. Got them on special. When they had their... Well, they did it before end of year sale. I don't know, but it was cheap as... The new stills, well, I don't know. They are trying to send me some one of those new stills from Kegland, but every time they do it, they go, oh, there's a piece missing. Oh, we're waiting on a piece. We're waiting on this piece now. I don't have any Blackmans here at the moment, no. Oh, there probably is inside. There might be a porter or something else. I don't know, but none of the juicy at the moment. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is dank after those other beers. It's good though. There probably is some form of Blackmans inside, but wouldn't it be a fresh one or an IPA? Otherwise I would have drank it by now. Probably like one of those special stouts or something. Kim's got your back, bro. Cheers. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Foam on my nose. I haven't been to Blackman's for, well, it's summer, man. I don't get there as much in winter. And because I spent so much bloody time in Bendigo doing this brew school, I haven't been anywhere else. I've got to go down to Mornington next week for the Liquid Hops Roadshow. But hopefully get some samples of some new liquid hops to try. They're getting better all the time. They were crap when they first come out, liquid hops, but they're getting better and better and better. How do you feel about the Philly sour beers? Most of them are not very sour. I think they have a place. I think they're good for Sheilas. I shouldn't say, that's a terrible thing to say. No, I think they make they're safe to have in a brewery if you're worried and you're commercial and you don't want sour stuff taken over your brewery. They're safer. But most these days, to me, they're barely sour. You can usually just taste the fruit, and you usually get more tartness from the fruit. I'm getting a bit technical, but they're usually a bit piss poor as sours, to be honest. I don't think they push them enough. Because, man, I was from the old day of sours when they were face puckering, and I don't think I'm not sure I've ever had a face puckering sour from a Philly beer. Or whether as I said, breweries just don't push them enough, or they don't, they probably haven't got enough control over the ferment a lot of the time in breweries to push the Philly sour as much as it possibly could be, because you got to fuck with that yeast a fair bit to get it right. Whereabouts in Mornington? It's at the Tar Barrel. Is it the Tar Barrel Distillery and Brewery or something like that? I think that's what it's called. I'm staying in the Mornington Hotel on the Wednesday night next week, and the liquid hop thing's on the Thursday. I think it's it's in the morning, 9 till 12 or something, and then there's lunch. I don't use it. But you can. But you've got to let it do its thing first, right? So I don't know if you'd want... I don't know if you do with Philly sour. I know, some sour beers you can double use 2 yeast, but with Philly sour, you've got to leave it a couple of days to do its souring first, and then it ferments. So I'm not sure. If mixing it with another yeast is a good thing, unless you had to at the end, unless you got to a state where it didn't ferment right or whatever. So I probably wouldn't mix yeast with Philly. Yeah. Close your eyes and kiss. Fair enough, Michael. Is the Tar Barrel sound right, or am I lying? Where's the Tar Barrel? Tar Barrel. Oop. Yeah, it's at the Tar Barrel. If people want to go, I don't know how you get. I got an email from HBA. I don't know how you can get a ticket or whatever. I don't use lactose either. I used lactose for a little while, but now I've got diabetes. I never really liked the taste of lactose. It always tastes to me like off milk. But now I avoid it anyway because of the diabetes. Which I was going to check that. I thought that was my diabetes thing going off before and I didn't check it, but I don't think, actually now looking at my phone, I don't think it was. I think it was something else. Something's made it go up. What do I... Probably my red ale. Oh no, gone down again. West Coast is my favourite. Well, it's one of my favourites. When I say going up, I'm only at 6, so it's not. My blood sugar, my blood sugar's actually been too low lately, rather than too high. Oh, I know. I knew what song it was, Mick. Showing your age. No, I didn't. I'd never heard that. I've heard my parents sing that song. Oh man, I got the slug. Made it hazy. That's not good. Yeah, I don't think lactose. Oh, look, yeah. The only time I sort of, even then, I'm not even sure that was the case. Like for like when you're trying to do a chocolate, proper like a beer to taste like dairy milk chocolate sort of thing. If you wanted to do that, maybe, but I don't want to. I don't need it in hazies or. And I'm not a huge fan of these. I don't know. Fucking whatever. The ice cream beers and all that sort of shit. I just give me a beer. I want a beer that tastes like beer. I don't want all that other shit. I'll try everything, right? But I don't want a keg of something that's trying to taste like an ice cream. It doesn't even make sense to me. Did you see I don't know if you saw the last when I was doing the Christmas beers or the what do you call it? The case of beer you do before Christmas, you pull out one every day, like a advent calendar or a canvent calendar. The last one I did was the Christmas Day one, and they was a fucking lactose beer, and I wasn't happy about it. I'll come play it. Hang on, I'll have to find it. I haven't quite got this set up out here for streaming like I do in my bedroom, so it's nowhere near as smooth. But Canvent be number 24, I think. Yes. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can get this happening. Don't start playing. Oh, the ads on YouTube, I probably have to tell you bastards, are a pain in the ass at the moment. And even I get stuck with them when they're making money off me, and I still get stuck with them myself. All right, here we go. We'll see if this is going to work. I did this somehow last week, and I'm not quite sure how I did it. Aha, there we go. There's my screen. So if we flick over to this screen, oh, hang on, make sure we've got the sound on for this. Just let me play a little bit in the background first and check that the sound's on. I can hear it through my microphone, but I can't see it going to you guys, which is, hang on, which is weird. You just can't hear that other talk, can you? Why isn't that coming through? No, that's only coming through my microphone. All right, that's not good. Hang on. I don't know why that's the case, but we can try and have a quick play. Hang on, I'll get me back on the screen somehow. How do do it like that. YouTube videos, what's that one? I don't think that's going to make a difference either. No. I don't know. It worked last week. Although actually last week we only did the picture, didn't we? We didn't do the sound. That's unusual. That's unusual. Advanced audio properties. Oh fuck! I can't see to see what that is. Properties.
No.
Oh, that's working. Oh, sorry. Hang on. All right. Hang on. All right. I've got it. Oh shit. Have I got it? All right. I haven't got it. Bang. Go back to here. It's paused. Now I have got it. Right. Go back to here. Unmute the music. Go back over here. Go to full screen. And now I think you can hear it. I won't be able to tell if you can't. Hang on, before we start. Give me a second. The anticipation's killing me. Let me just turn it down a little bit because it looked like it was cranking before. Let me double check. Let me just double check because there's no point doing it if you can't. Bloody hell. You can't hear it. G'day and welcome. Right, yes you can. All right, cool. All right, back to the start. Display capture. Full screen. Full screen. And I'll shut up. G'day and welcome to the last beer of the can vent. I'm a little bit excited about this one, but first I just want to say thanks for all those that have stuck through all of these. There's a lot of them, and it takes a lot of time and effort to do these videos, but I enjoy them and they're a bit of fun every year. Will I do it again next year? I don't know. I think I skipped last year or the last year or two. I might do it again. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I haven't got the can. I've got the glass. Let's go and get the can.
No! What? No! No!
I hate lactose. I've got the diabetes.
You know, diabetes.
I'm gonna sort this out.
Dang, so much beer everywhere.
Beer can mortar, take one.
Holy fuck. Did you see it?
Right?
There you go. There you go. It didn't work in the end. Didn't the sound work in the end at all? Oh, well, there you go. That's not good for you, Michael. Why would you do it to yourself? You like golf too, but I won't hold that against you. Anyway. Cheers. Oh man, this beer is there's a reason they call it sticky icky. Look, I drink flavored beers, so it just doesn't, I don't need it. And if you know, I don't know, I don't like it very much. Have a Billy. I haven't got a Billy. Oh, I do have lots of parts of Billies around in every toolbox in here. If I open it up, there'll be a stem and a cone. But no, I haven't had one of those for a long time. I've got some medicinal oils, but still, every time I open up a desk drawer or a toolbox, there's a dirty stem and a cone. They're fucking everywhere. I still find them. I don't reckon I've had a bong here for, God, longer than 10 years. Maybe 20 years. Barley flavour. Oh, I got hot bongs. But I always say if you're going to add flavour to a beer, the flavour to me needs to be subtle, secondary. So it still tastes like a beer, but you've got a hint of fruit, or you've got a hint of coffee, or you've got a hint of whatever. But I don't like when you get a stout and all you taste is coffee, or you get a beer and it just tastes like fruit juice, right? Barley flavoured beers, well, kind of. More malt, I guess. If you're going to be, yeah. Hops. I like hops. I'm a hophead, right? Hops have all the flavours I need. Oh man, that is a sensational. Well, I don't know. They call it a West Coast. I guess it is a West Coast. It's more like a double IPA of some sort, but it doesn't matter. That's just being. It's hectic. Sometimes Citra. I love me wife like Mosaic. I like Citra. But I think most hops need to be mixed. Citra's one you can pull off sometimes solo, and even Mosaic kind of, and Simcoe maybe. But still, they're usually better mixed, right? They're usually way better blended. You've got to get Citra on a good year, and it doesn't look like we'll get much good Citra again this year because America's having shit weather for hops, which isn't a really good thing. And their output's down, their want is down, everything's down in America at the moment for hops. It's not very good. tell you what is going to be good this year, which I've already tried it. I've already got it in a beer over there. I haven't had one of them for a while. God, that beer's nearly going to be off. The Galaxy this year is going to be good. They've really, most of the Australian hops and even the New Zealand hops, there was a bit of variety. You never knew what you were going to get. But I wish I could get the fucking... I'll have to ask him. The guy that's doing the hop thing on Thursday, Phil, he did it. I went to a hop report a week or two ago, and he shows me all the screens and stuff of everything. I need to get copies of them. But with Galaxy, they're doing all the scientific tests, but now they're mixing it with sensory tests as well. So it's not only the science, it's the people testing as well. So you got all the scientific stuff that the computers do, and then you got the people, and they blend it together. And, Galaxy, when it first started, it'd have there'd be a medium bit in the middle. This is going to be really hard to explain. But then, some batches would be up here on the graph and some batches would be down here. And it was really long on the graph. But every year they're getting it down and down and down and down until these days now, like this year, the whole batch of Galaxy should taste just about the same, and it's tasting good. They're getting really good at crunching the numbers and getting everything to taste like it should. So when you buy it, you know what you're getting. Ella's been really good, seems really good this year too. What else? I've got a new one in the freezer over here that they're doing up at where Galaxy and Ella's grown in Eclipse. This one, I'm not going to open the packet, but 033 is one there that you might see on the market soon. Well, it might take a year or two though, and I don't know what name it's going to get. I've probably got, that was a 250 gram block, and at the hop thing we were at the other day, I don't have to yell, I keep forgetting the mics. They only took that chunk off, so I reckon I've probably got 200 grams, which that's what I'm going to put in a brew. And I think that's why I'm going to use that hop filter, because these are whole hops and that will make a huge effing mess. So I'll probably use that hop filter just to stop these clogging everything up. But I reckon that one day will be, and I got some Galaxy 2025, the same too somewhere. Where is that one? Yeah, I got a batch of the 2025 Galaxy as well, which is probably about the same, probably about 200 grams, which is awesome. That's going to be a good beer, I reckon. But I'll send him a message. I'll have to send him on Monday now. I guess I'll send him a message and say, can you, because I'm seeing him on the Take It Easy, Nick. Good to see you, mate. I'll be seeing him with that liquid hop thing because he's going to be running it, I think. So can you bring me some samples of the new liquid hops plus the maybe another couple of packs of them. That reminds me, that's what I'm going to do before I go, although hopefully there's gas in the keg. Been having some troubles with one of my gas bottles. I think it's sorted now though. That's all right, get tanked. Oi. Where are you from, Dan? Don't say your mother's. Yeah, that's because New Zealand are scared of Aussie hops coming in and taking over theirs. Now, I think, Aussie hops and New Zealand hops have some are similar. But of course, New Zealand has their flavour and their the diesel thing in a lot of them, if you're not careful. and the wine thing. But some of these Australian hops, especially through HPA, are getting really good. Oh, Brian. Yeah, because I stuffed up a few times. That's why my mate Tim, who's from New Zealand too, he's working. I don't know if he's still listening. He sent me a whole bunch of, I think it was Hort 4437, 4337 or something like that. And I think that was Rawaka before it had a name. And he sent it to me because I don't think he liked it. Oh, and it was new, so he wanted me to try it. And I brewed like an IPA the way you'd use Citra or Simcoe or whatever. Threw a heap at it, right? And I was drinking the beer going, man, there's something, I don't know. I think I've got my first infection in I hate saying that, but I fucking can't help it these days. I've been brewing for nearly 40 years. And this was probably, how long ago was that, Tim? Well, it might have been 5, 6 years ago. Maybe it might even be more. I don't know. You sent me this bag and I'm thinking, there's something wrong with this beer. There's something wrong with this beer. I'm going, I think I've got my first infection in 35 years or something. It might have been back then. I'm going, oh. And anyway, I'm streaming live and there's a lot of New Zealanders there as usual. And someone from New Zealand, and I don't think it was Tim, I think it was someone else goes, what are you tasting? It's not diesel, is it? And I went, exactly what I'm tasting. That's exactly what I'm tasting. And they went, oh, that's the hop. And I went, oh, you're kidding. People like this. And they went, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. At least that batch we got then, and I haven't bought it since. Well, I never bought it then. I haven't bought it since. It was so diesel-y. It was diesel. It was horrible. I suffered through the keg. I think I drank it all. I'm pretty sure I did. But it was a suffering. But now I've come not to that, not to Rawaka where I buy Rawaka. But even Nelson was a bit of a stretch at the start because, again, I was using too much of it. I was using way too much of it. And it was coming out really, really winey, and I don't like white wine. I drink red wine. I don't like white wine, but now I know how to use it. I still won't go back to Rawaka, though. Although I do enjoy some beers with it, but it's usually mixed with the other hops. Lemon drop hops, I haven't used them for ages. Are they still around? That's what I'm going to do. Before we go, I want to try that other fresh hop beer, which beers are fucking 100 years old now, excuse my language, but I reckon the last time I tasted it still tasted good. You probably can't, I'm just off camera, which just doesn't, I risk touching this screen that it's going to get unplugged from, you're not going to see anything anyway except my ass. I should get some gas on it. Shit. It's all getting a bit hard. I'll just have to put more gas on it tomorrow. Hopefully this keg's still pressurised. It should be. Yes, it is. But I need to review this beer, so I need to pressurise this up tomorrow. Tell you what, these are cleared out fairly well. If anyone ever puts shit on these taps, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, don't ever worry about or try to use bloody, what do you call them? Quick disconnects that have a built-in flow control. Never ever use those. I shouldn't have used it. Should have used my other camera. They're crap. I mean, in certain situations when you need to, but if you need a flow control tap and you need to pour out of a keg, just buy one of these. I'll give you the link, but they're just, these are the go. That was warm. I poured it off the bench sitting here. It was clean because I've cleaned everything the other week. Poured a beer straight like that, fully pressurized keg. Look at that. Perfect pour. No line. That'd be carbonated to around 14 psi, I reckon, that keg. Got bubbles in it. Not you'll be able to pick it up. It's a hazy beer, but anyway. This was, if you saw me, I did a fresh hop beer after hop harvest up at Beechworth. Was it? No. I did a fresh hop beer after a New Zealand hop. Bintani were doing a presentation of this year's New Zealand hops. They weren't pelletized yet. They were like those other hops I just showed you. They were in dried flowers, dried whole hops, I should say. And they brought samples over to Australia. So what breweries do, they all go there and, you know, rub them, sniff them. They're numbered. So even if it's the same hop, you know, you might like Nelson hop from this farm or Nelson hop from this farm, but not from this farm. So you can choose the batch number you want. And when it was all finished, the hops that weren't used, I said, I'll take them home, give them, and I brew this beer out of them. That video is on YouTube. I just haven't done the tasting yet. This is a great beer. It's mostly, oh, geez, I'm going to have to remember now. I don't remember. I should remember, but I don't. Oh, full of Rawako, Tim. I just read that. What was it? It was, there's a lot of Motueka, Nelson. I don't remember the other ones. But I've still got to do the report. Well, I don't use these on my kegging system, although if I was going to use a flow control tap on my kegging system, it would be these ones. I would. Probably not, Paul. I don't have the money to travel and stuff. Unless I get sponsored. Tim nearly sponsored me to come over 1 year. Are you still running that beer fest, Tim, or has that all gone to shit? Most beer fests have gone to shit in Australia, so everything's stopped. Tim nearly was going to worm me into the cost of a beer fest at one stage. I can't remember what that one was. Oh, the little Nuka tap. I haven't tried the. They sent me one, and I never used it, to be honest. The little one, but if it works it for you, it works. What am I getting? What's unavailable? 18th of October. Worm me into the... yeah, it's too much. I only fly first class and 5-star hotels. Kegland. Well, if Kegland are going over, I don't know. I'll have to ask them. I don't think they will be, but they should. Maybe I should talk to Key. I should say, Key, do you want to go to Beervana? Sponsor me. Or sponsor me to pay me to go over, and I'll I don't know, sell your gear over there or you know, promote your gear over there. Yeah, exactly, Atlantis. There's certain things that are good for certain things, right? Like I would not use a mini in my kegerator. Well, of course you wouldn't. Kegerator system at home. I wouldn't use a flow control disconnect in my kegerator system at home. Like if it was just the disconnect, you know, the ones with the screw, whatever. This isn't. That's a normal disconnect. The only thing flow control's here, right? You know, could you use these on your main setup? You could. You could. I haven't tried it. I guess they would work. But these are great for my garage because I always have a couple of kegs in the fridges here. And instead of, I used to have a piece of hose and a party tap, and it was a pain in the ass. This just works way better. Set up a Shout Me page. I should. Now you got me thinking. Although I just asked for help to finish my brewing course, and I was very generously helped to buy ingredients for the couple of the beers. So I'm reluctant to ask again. Although that was only my Patreon. I did that. I didn't do it. Was it? I don't think I did it publicly on my. I didn't do it publicly on my YouTube channel. Maybe I should. But, you know, the stupid thing, what I always think is, because I've got no money, right? So when I think about doing that, I think, oh, fuck, but if I'm going to New Zealand to go to a beer party, why don't I get, like, money to go to the dentist? You know what I mean? I'm just being 100% truthful. It's like, fuck, I can't afford to go to the dentist. Like, it'd be really awesome to ask people to send me to Beervana, which I'd really enjoy, and I'd meet everyone and I'd get pissed and have a great time. But at the same time, you know, I'd like to go to the dentist and get my teeth fixed. You know, maybe I'm being a bit honest, but what about? I haven't really spoke to. I did. I mean, I've messaged him one time when I was using his laughs in one of my still videos, but I don't really know the guy. Still, I don't know him at all. I do need a pinball. I need a pinball table out here. I can think of heaps of good ones. I do distill. I just haven't been distilling for years now, which seems funny to say, but and even when I did my first all grain brewing, my old first professional, or whatever you want to call it, brewing course, fucking nearly 20 years ago, there was a distilling part of that as well. I just never did it because I don't drink that much spirits because I like drinking. But I've got older now and I can regulate myself and well, except for last week doing depth charges, but I only did a couple. Well, I've been distilling here for a couple of years now. I just haven't got around to editing the videos. What do you need teeth for? Yeah. Oh, I'd be happy to come over to New Zealand and you know my favourite spirit at the moment? Well, it's not my favourite actually. It's not at all. I'm lying by saying my favourite. It just looks the best on camera. Actually, I haven't tasted this one for a while either. Now you've got me tasting my spirits again, which is not a good thing at this time of night. Oh, I need to save up for tomorrow night. It's still this one. Although, see, that's bright red here, and it doesn't even look red on the screen. That's the lights in here. Hang on. What happens if I... No, it still doesn't look red. That is fucking bright red here. That is the colour of a, I don't know, a raspberry. Just doesn't look, it looks totally, unless it's just my computer screen, but it looks yellow on my computer screen. That is as red as the colour on that label. See, that's weird. That is effing weird. But anyway. Oh, I like that. It's like, it's not Fireball, but it's more chilly. I've told you about that before, although I don't know if you were here. It's a American candy lollies. Oh, the packet was here before. Maybe I threw it away. What are they called? Can't think what they're called. They're red cinnamon chili. See, I can't stand that fucking light being on. Made out of them. And see, that box is red too. The box is looking orange. It's made out of them. Them in my moonshine. So like chili cinnamon. So it's kind of like Fireball, but with chili. More chili. Hang on, I'm missing. They're doing 50% cocktail. Doing old fashioned. I find with the vinca stuff, you have to let it sit in the keg for a good handful of weeks. Oh, really? Because I found their ginger beer one just was good straight off the bat, but I use vodka, not the vinca. I used my homebrew moonshine. Mixed it with some water, which is a video. I don't think I've released it. I did my wrap up, the end of year wrap up last year, and I was drinking the ginger beer, but I don't think I've actually done the video of where I mixed it together. I keep forgetting. And I really liked it. I really, really liked it. And so I'd prefer to use, because I happen to be distilling, I'd prefer to do that than use the vinca alcohol. Use their flavorings, but use like vodka instead. That's tasting better. It's quite strong though by the taste. Oh, it's 44%. It's not too bad. That was just straight spirits where I threw in an American's balls. That's a John Wayne testicle. I don't know. It's a toasted American whatever. That was just like a vodka, a moonshine. And you're supposed to only leave it for a month or something, they say. I actually put that in on the 24th of the 12th, so Christmas Eve, 2023. Oh, shit, I shouldn't pour that just because it leaks out of this lid. You can't read it. Anyway, it's 2023. Oh, there it is. 24th of the 12th, 2023. And it's pretty good at the moment, actually. I didn't like it for a while. I thought it got over oaked or over, and it's pretty strong. But what I use it for now is if I make I make my base spirit, and then if I add a flavoring or whatever, like a tequila or a bourbon or something like that, and I don't really like them straight off the bat, instead of putting oak in there or wood in there, like then because this is sort of pretty heavily oaked, I can mix it in a glass. I can have a shot of the mix and then put it like a little couple of drops of this in, and then I can go, oh, all right, that makes it heaps better. And then so I can make a bottle of the spirit or the bourbon or the whatever, even tequila, and go, I can just add like a shot of this in it, and it totally changes it, makes it awesome. Yeah, take it easy. John, I hope to see you tomorrow. It's easier than, yeah. And then and then, whether it's worth. I did buy a whole new bag of oak down here, but I haven't used it yet to put in my tequila, but because I enjoyed, but what are these? Are they French oak chips light toast? I haven't tried the French ones, but they're there. They'll go in. It's pretty funny when you start with a goonie of soft, dry red Sonata Estate, and then it ends up being like a, American bourbon or something, something like that. Crazy. French is better. Okay. I've got my first rum here with molasses. It's been sitting here for months in the fermenter. Because I was going to distill it, and then Kegland said they were going to send me one of their things, and I'm still waiting. So it's been months, but it's still sitting there. I haven't looked at it. I reckon it'll be fine because I know it finished fermenting. It was about 13%. But I haven't looked. I don't think it would have gone mouldy or anything. I've never had that happen before, even in a beer fermenter. So it'll be fine at 13%. But I'm just waiting to distill it. I think I'm going to not wait for their big fancy thing, and I think I'm going to put it through. I think I said it last week. I'm going to put it just through. I'm going to make, even though I've got my Viva pot still, which works perfectly well. I think I'm going to experiment, and I'm going to use one of the old Robo Brews. I think it's Robo Brew 2 or 3. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm just going to put it straight through I'm going to put a sight glass just so I can see what's going on. I had it set up here last week, but I think I've used all the fittings. And go through the chiller of the Viva setup, which was just a copper pipe in a saucepan. Anyway, very, very simple thing. That's all you need. A pot still's nothing. I don't know why people spend a lot of money on pot stills. I have do all molasses for years, all rum, but oh, okay. Yeah, the Dunder thing's interesting. It is. Of course, this is the first batch I've done with the molasses, so. And it's not 100% molasses either. It's I don't know how you'd work it out. I think it was nearly. I don't remember. I did record a video, but I reckon it's probably. Was about 2 kilo of molasses and about 1 kilo of brown sugar. Whatever. I think that was it. And it took it up to enough to get 12-13%. Something like that, whatever it was. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But it's there and it's fermented. I used a rum yeast. Whether that makes a fucking difference or not, I don't know, especially after all this time. I didn't think that was going to make too much of a difference, a rum yeast. But anyway, I used a rum yeast. I got them cheap. Can't remember the brand these days either. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, they got the Bundaberg one too, have they? Yeah, most of the places here sell the Bundaberg things. I use Angel. Is it Angle? Is it Angel? Something? Oh, look, I just didn't have the 100% molasses. My mate from around the corner gave me a jar, and I only thought it was going to be about 1 kilo, but it's obviously a lot heavier than it looks, and the jar was bigger than it looked. And so it ended up, I'd bought sugar and brown. Look, I don't even know if brown sugar makes a fucking difference, to be honest. I think people, well, at least I know for a fact now, well, to my taste buds, right? Everyone's got different taste buds and tastes different things. All the silly things I've gone through with the tomato paste wash, my own version of a sugar wash, adding bran, adding freaking kale, all that made no effing difference at all. My cleanest and best ones have just been just sugar, like when we're going for clean. Sugar, proper yeast nutrient, piss off the tomato paste, piss off the kale and fucking shit. Just use sugar, tomato paste, adjust whatever you need to do to adjust the pH, whether it be citric acid or lemon juice or because we're brewers, I've got all the salts and things, so I can use whatever I need, lactic acid or whatever's phosphoric acid. I've just found the sugar wash more cleaner than anything with trying to add bran, or I just haven't even tasted a difference. And so I was dubious with the rum things too, right? I still am dubious that, brown sugar makes much difference to this and that. I don't know. I have got DAP here. But because I've got the other stuff. I don't remember the name. Something 10 or whatever. It was one of the newer ones. One of the big yeast nutrient companies bought out something 10 or something fucking. Is it 10? 10 might be wrong. But one of the newer yeast nutrients anyway. And beer yeast nutrients enough anyway. You don't really need. I've never had any problems. The only problem I had once was the pH drop. I can't remember which batch it was. It dropped too fast and it stalled. Or it dropped whatever. So I just threw in a teaspoon of, I can't even remember what it was, teaspoon of something to raise the pH and it took off again. Yeah, Fermade O, or maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Well, look, to be honest, with clearing wash, I either give it time, if I've got time, like this rum will be crystal clear because it's been sitting there. What I've done when I'm in a rush, I've got my filter from when I was fucking around with filtering beer and stuff. I just run it through the filter. I don't give a shit. If I'm in a hurry, bang, I just run it through the 1 micron filter, this thing. And I don't even think I need to. I think I was being way too precious. But I just use this for my, if I'm doing a wash and I'm in a hurry, I just run it through the filter. But you don't need to go that far for distilling, fucking hell. But that's what I do. If I'm in a hurry, I just force it through that. That won't be used for beer anymore. Oh, it could be if I bought a new filter, but I'm not going to. I don't really think tomato paste is good for anything, Paul. The only thing tomato paste is okay for is supermarket ingredients. But then again, there's probably other stuff that you could use. Because that's all it's for, is yeast nutrient, right? There's other stuff you can find these days. Maybe in the old days, right? But these days, if anyone, unless you live in the sticks, you can find a home brew shop and buy some yeast nutrient. Pretty simple. Basically, you throw a fucking multivitamin tablet in there and probably do all right. It's zinc and stuff like that that's important. I distill mine when I'm doing most of the stuff I've done has been for neutral, right? So I distill it probably 2 to 3 times. I don't do a rush at the start. I actually, even though every time I go, all right, this is going to be a, what do you call it? A fucking, where you rush it. So it's the same with brewing while distilling. I don't, people hassle me because I don't know the names of things, even though I've been doing it for years, because I don't care. I don't care about names. I just do it. But, they do the, what do you call it? The rush bit where they just fucking put it all through really fast. I kind of always plan to do that, and I don't. So I take off the first, whatever size batch. It depends on what I'm doing, from 50 mil to 150 mil, whatever size batch I'm doing. Piss that off. And then I go, all right, I'm going to rush this through. And then I can't help myself. I'm taking cuts in that first run. Bang, 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 bang. That's what I do. I can't help it. And then second run, I do cuts. Third run, I do cuts. But I mean, I'm not as anal as other people where, in the end, like during the run, I'll probably do 10 to 15 cuts. But by the time the run's finished, I've mixed them down to, before I've even let them sit overnight, I've mixed them down to maybe half a dozen, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit. So, and then I let them air, and then I smell them again the next day. But then I run them at least twice, if they need it 3 times, and then I filter as many, 3 or 4 times. At least 3 times I run them through the charcoal filter. And my stuff has come out. I've even had a guy here that really, really knows distilling. And he's got a really, really, a good palate. And he come over and I said, this is my moonshine, which is inside. I'll go and grab the bottle. Keep forgetting the mic's with me. You're coming with me. I'll grab the white rum on here too. I got it in the bed. All right. That's the tequila. There's not much left of the tequila. This is my my shine when I want something just straight. The slug. I don't know if you can see it. And he was working or did something with every time you go to a gin distillery these days, or most distilleries, and even the breweries that do it, they don't usually distill their base. They buy in the base, right? And then they just run that through and flavour it. Well, he tried this and he went far out. That's just cleaner than the base they buy. And I can tell you now, this doesn't even have an alcohol burn on the smell. It's bizarre. Unless the kids have been drinking it and filling with water. It doesn't burn your nostrils or anything, although when you drink it, it's fucking alcohol, all right? But it's so clean. And that's only because I take that time, I reckon. Yep. Filter 3 or 4 times. Because I set up the filter over there in my vise, which you can sort of see the vise handle just there. I put the filter in my vise, which is just this thing. It's just this thing with a funnel on top. With a stainless steel funnel thing I got that goes on top. I've dismantled it at the moment. Another thing here, a little tap. And some that full of charcoal. And I just run it through that really slowly 3 times, and it's clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle. But even though I filter it through coffee filters, I still end up. It takes a few months though. I still end up with a little bit of charcoal on the bottom. But that happens in my water filter inside too. even though I'm running it through, I can't really show you without messing it right up. Yeah, even though I'm running it through coffee filters, each time I still end up with a little bit of charcoal that settles out after a while. But that's good for your guts anyway. My grandfathers, the Abbos, used to take that for indigestion. I need to eat more of it because I get indigestion too. Maybe that's in the blood. This is the tequila. And this is the one I still think it needs a... Maybe I'm just going to do it live on here. No, I won't. It's supposed to be a video. This tequila is so much better with a bit of that oak in it. That's it. That's enough spirits for tonight. Tomorrow night I'll hit the spirits again. No, not from agave. No. Agave or whatever. No. I this is why I don't... Look, my two favourite spirits are rum and tequila. Of course I like a vodka, but vodka's just straight alcohol to me. And I don't think it's really, really hard to do a really, really good tequila at home. It's nearly impossible. Or a, what's the other one? I need to do a pee. I can't turn my mic off when I go for a pee. How am I going to do this? You're just going to have to put up with it. I haven't done this before. Oh, hang on. This is awkward. Just let me get the kids a wine. Hope they can't hear it. Shh. Real life. Oh my God. Stop laughing, Gloppy. Maybe I'm getting back in reception. Oh, must be getting back into where you can hear me now. Maybe you could hear me now. I don't know. All right. Jesus Christ. First time I've ever sat down to pee. So I didn't make a fucking splash and you can all hear me. God, too much information. No, what I think is I love tequila, I love rum, and making them at home to how I like them from scratch. I haven't, again, I'm a renter. And even though we've been in this house for 10, 11 years, our rent has gone up $900 the last 3 years. Not three, the house is starting to fall apart, and they've raised the rent up. It was like 270 3 years ago. Last year was 400 and something. This year's another 200 and something. And they're not doing any repairs. The house is falling apart. I've got all this shit. Barrel aging and stuff isn't an option. And we're hoping to move out of this fuck state of Victoria in about a year. We're just hopefully because I'm going to leave the wife if she doesn't. But because she's she revved me up and said we were going to leave after COVID because I wanted out of here. And she seemed to change her mind. But now she's got her wits together. She wants out of here too, but we're just waiting for Holly, who's got one more year of primary school. So one more year, and then we're out of this fucking place. But we've got to try and stay here for one more year too. And they're trying to fuck with us. Besides raising the rent $900 in 3 years, they tried to throw another house inspection on us next week. And it's only been like 4 months since the last one. Like, they're only supposed to do them every 6 months. They're really trying to, they're trying to pressure us out of here. And as much as we should go, the house isn't worth what we're paying for it. But at the same time, it's too much hassle to try and fucking move your whole family to somewhere else when you're just planning on moving in a year anyway, you know, like it's fucking, what do you do? What do you fucking do? What do you do? I don't know, man. I'm stuck. Like, you know, I got the kids and the wife, right? So I've got to stick by them. I would have been gone out of here years ago, but at the moment, we're stuck. But in a year, we're at, that's what she said. Wait till Holly finishes. But I know what she said, because Jenna then is going to be, the older girl's then going to be in, well, she's in year 8 now, so year 9 or year 10. If the wife goes wait for her, then I don't know if that can happen. So all my parents are dying, and all my parents, yeah. Well, it is a split family, but and hers are a little bit younger, and she's worrying about hers, and I'm going, well, hang on, I'm 5 years older than you, and mine are, mine's got dementia, and I need to be there now. So it's a bit of a thing, right? It's not the same wherever you go, Paul. Victoria's in a fucked up place, and I love the beach and the warm weather, and I need it for my body as well, so I can't deal with this cold. I need the warmth and the vitamin C. But anyway, it's going to happen. I keep going to play a song. I can't play them out here like I do it in the... like I do it in the other room. Rye's okay now. Move to SA. No, I need warm weather, man. I need warm weather. I need beaches and warm weather. That's where I grew up. You got to go back to where we came from, eh? In Rye, not Victoria Rye. Tilda Dan. Did you? I love you more every day. What ticket did you get, Cloppy? Did you get a good one? Queens. SOD. Queens. Where you from? Queens. Oh, fuck. Now I know another drink. Fuck, it's 12 o'clock. I don't know another drink. Queens. Oh. Like the G. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good, Cloppy. Although you could have spared $100, another $100. Oh, the whole family, fucking hell. You should have went, oh, fuck, I accidentally bought my own one. No, your midsection will be good. I just got this shit from my wife from before I started this. She goes, oh, fucking hell, that AC/DC costs a lot of money. I went, I'll slowly give you a little bit more. Like, yeah, well, I went through I'll tell you tomorrow night if you're going to be there tomorrow night, but I was trying to buy tickets to Brisbane. And then, yeah, it all turned to shit. Well, it didn't turn to shit. I ended up accidentally buying, well, not accidentally, it's a long story. And then end up being on the wife's credit card. Oops. Oh, sorry. I bought my AC/DC ticket on your credit card. Sorry, wife. Invercargill. I think I've been to Invercargill. That's South Island, isn't it? I think I've been there. Too fucking cold, dude. I can't stand the cold, man. I can't. My body's full of arthritis. I'm a cripple, dude. I can't do cold. I need warmth. Yeah, oops. Sorry, Kelly. I used your credit card. Oops. And the other sad thing was I transferred everything out of my savings account into my credit card so I could afford to buy it on my credit card. But then the fuck up happened and I used your credit card. And then so after that, I couldn't even transfer money out of my savings to yours because I don't have any. Oh, yeah. I was, Darrow, I tell the wife, anywhere between Wollongong and Cairns, I'm happy with. Anywhere between Wollongong and Cairns. That's not fussy. That's a fucking huge stretch of land. Huge acres of land. Huge acres. Merinos? Down where? 12 months in the Atlas. Paul, I don't know if you know, I've been to Bluff. I spent time in Bluff. I know New Zealand, but no, only the South Island. I went from wherever you land at the top up there, Queenstown, spent time in Bluff, went down to Stewart Island. I've told this story before. Yeah, I am casting properly tomorrow night, Cloppy, if I get any sleep. But yes. Does it? Yeah, I go Wollongong. Anywhere from Wollongong to Cairns. Well, look, but, you know, we should be in the blues territory, so anywhere from Wollongong to Byron Bay. But no, I'd actually, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't care. Even if I lived in Queensland, I'd still go the fucking blues. Albanese is a cocksucker. What do we go? He's so lucky he didn't meet with Trump. Like, I'm no Trump supporter, but he's so lucky. And imagine if our fucking, who's our defense minister at the moment? What's his name? He's the biggest wet lettuce leaf you'll ever meet. Imagine if he had to actually do something. Like, it's not even funny. Who's that? Miles? Is that his name? Imagine. I mean, it's like what happened with Albanese when he couldn't meet with Trump. Albanese would have been going, yes, because Trump. I don't say I like Trump, but Trump would have ripped Albanese's ass out of his fucking pants. Albanese wouldn't have known what to do. It would have been embarrassing, fucking embarrassing. It's so good he didn't. Fucking hell. Although I would have liked to have seen it. Funny. It would have been so funny. Fucking hell. Imagine Albanese meeting with Trump. Trump would have just ripped him an arsehole. It's not even. It was just unplanned. It's just unplanned, Bill. And as I said, I'm not supporting Trump, but I know Trump versus Albanese would have only had one winner. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this is the white rum. Although it's not very white rummish. It's okay in a mixer, but that was one of the satchels. I can't remember what those satchels are called from Keighley. No, unplanned, just a live stream, Bill. And it wasn't even supposed to be this long. But we're just having a chat. I didn't even have anything to chat about, to be honest. No. What, is it Richard? Yeah, Richard Miles. That's his name, isn't it? Fucking hell. Imagine if there was a war and Richard Miles had to go and talk to, I don't know, the English and the Americans. He he would die inside. I think he'd have a heart attack and just keel over before he even got there. That's hilarious. Fuck yeah, Cloppy. Cloppy, tomorrow we're going to talk about that a lot more, I reckon. I'm happy I'm seeing him in Sydney. I was planning on Brisbane. I'll go through this again tomorrow night, but something happened. I was in two waiting lines. One for Sydney, and then I thought I'm not going to get Sydney because my wife's 50th is the 22nd of November, and I think the first ACDC concert in Sydney is the Sunday, is the 23rd or something like that. And I went, oh, maybe we'll be in Sydney because Kelly might want to go home and see her parents and my parents, and do the whole thing. And no. And I went, fuck, what am I going to do? Because I don't want to see them at the MCG, the worst venue ever to see any band in the world ever. So I'm not going to the MCG in Melbourne. Fuck, now Sydney's out of the plan. What am I going to do? And that's when I looked at Adelaide and I looked at Brisbane and I looked at Adelaide and went, I'll go to Adelaide. And then because the races are on, I know because I used to work the races that I'm not going to get accommodation or airfares to Adelaide. It's going to cost a fortune, like thousands and thousands of dollars. There's no way in the world. So I went, all right, Brisbane's the go. Yeah, I used to work in Adelaide. I used to work at the V8s, and I used to work at the I worked a few sound waves or something that were there in the park just before the V8s or just whatever. I used to work there as well. But anyway, I went, well, that's not going to happen unless I rang some old work people up and said they were there, but then that would all turn to shit. So I went, all right, Brisbane's the go. And that was shit. So I was waiting. I thought I had an hour to wait to Brisbane. Tickets went on sale. And I went, I'll look at Sydney. And they'd put a second show up. And I went, oh, fuck, a second show. Shit. That'll be like, I know they have to have at least, these days they do at least 3 days, I think it is, between shows. So the second show's not until the 25th. And I went, oh, well, I can be home for Kelly's 50th. And then, like, 3 days later, I can easily be in Sydney. Oh, hang on. And I went, nah, but what Brisbane would be good too. So anyway, on the computer, I was waiting on the Brisbane tickets, and there was like 17,000 in front of me. And I went, oh, I'll have a look I'll do it on my phone for the Sydney tickets. And there was only 2,000 or something. I went, oh, fuck. And the Sydney one popped up first on my phone, and I went, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Fuck it, Sydney. And I can, because I can stay at my sister's, and I can do, it just makes it a lot easier. It's closer, airfares are cheaper, or trains cheaper, or bus, or whatever. My sister's house. I mean, I'll have to stay in Sydney on that night, but, So Sydney ended up being Sydney, which I'm kind of happy about. The first time I saw AC/DC was in 1988, I think it was, in Sydney Entertainment Centre. I think it was the Blow Up Your Video tour. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Fucking hell. I'll never forget that night. So it's great. It's like when I saw Kiss last time. It's great to see him back where I grew up in Sydney, their last tour. See him back at home. Lord, it'd be awesome if I grew up Lord Howe. I'd love to be a Lord Howe right now. If I could snap my fingers and fucking be anywhere else in this cold south place, I'd be there. I keep going to play music like I do on Saturday nights. I'm not allowed to. Well, I think that's going to be it. I should go. I'm not going to pour another beer. I'm looking at things going, do I need that? Do I need that? What do I need a nip for? I don't really need a nip for anything. Yeah, it's time to go. It's way too late. I was only supposed to be on for an hour, and I've been on for 2 hours 20 again. That moonshine's the best one. It's like vodka without the, I don't know. It's cleaner than most vodka I've ever had. So anyway, tomorrow night I'll be on. If you want to get pissed tomorrow night, I'll be on tomorrow night on the Twitch. Not on YouTube because I play music. If I play music on here, they cut me off all the time. You can't, you get in trouble. So tomorrow night we play music and we get drunk. You don't need to apologise. What are you apologising for, Tilted Jan? A GoFundMe page for Beer Varna. I can try. Yeah, take it easy, Bill. Oh, I've got some good songs for tomorrow night for you, Bill, too, I think, from memory. You going to be around tomorrow night, Cloppy? We can talk AC/DC. We're going to have to do what we do with Sabbath, see? We've been through, because Sabbath are doing their last concert. We've been through all the Sabbath albums, but I think we've already done it with AC/DC anyway. But we might have to do it again. Might have to start that tomorrow night. Although we've got one more Sabbath album to do. Maybe we can do the one last Sabbath album and then start with the first AC/DC album leading up to their concert. Because for those that don't understand, I'm a huge Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne fan and AC/DC fan. So when Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath announced their last concert coming up in, well, it's next week, I think it is. When we heard it, I started playing, not the whole album, but songs from the first album, second album, every week. All these other crap albums in between, but we're finally at the end. We've got one more Black Sabbath album to play, which is about album number 18 or fucking something like that. But now the AC/DC is coming out again, which will probably be for the last time. We might have to start with the AC/DC thing too. We should do a pinball party for sure. Dio. Well, actually, it's funny you say Dio. I realised during playing every Black Sabbath album, the only album I didn't have was Dio, Black Sabbath, with the one with TV Crimes on it. I think it's called Dehumanizer. And I bought it cheap last week and it turned up already. So I haven't played Dehumanizer and I haven't heard the whole album yet. But It's there with Dio. So maybe I'll play a bit of that tomorrow night as well. Play a bit of that, play the last Sabbath album with Ozzy, and then hit up the first AC/DC album and continue on from there. Stock up the fridge, stock up the drinks, get ready for the fucking what was it? Get ready for the depth charges. Everyone get your shot glasses and your schooners or pints ready. What did Victoria ever do? I've just had a thought, right? When I first moved to Victoria in 94, there was no schooners or pints. There was only pots and smaller, or middies and smaller. You could never have done... How did you do depth charges in a middy or a pot or a glass? You couldn't have. That's Victoria. So that's why Victoria's different. That's why Victoria is different. We've played Headless Cross. They've just re-released them all too, Paul. In a box set. And not in a box set. They remastered all those albums. They're called the something something years. All the Tony Martin stuff. I think they missed one. I can't remember what the one they missed is, but yeah, they've re-released them all, Paul. Most of them, like remastered as well. Hasn't made them any better, but take it easy, Dan. I love you, dude. Dude, I just called you dude. Don't call me dude. Did you say that? Did the sound work for that video before, or not? People were saying it just sounded like crap, so it didn't work, or what? Oops, I can't say anything. Hang on. Did the sound work? Oh, it worked, did it? Okay. When I played the video. All right, okay. Well, oops, now I am messing up again, trying to find things. All right, don't call me dude. Dude. Oh, I did. All right. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow night. If you're around, I'm on Twitch, though, tomorrow night, not on YouTube, right? So it's Twitch, I don't know, Gash Slug. Twitch, whatever it is, /Gash Slug. I won't be on the front page because I swear too much and I get drunk and stuff. But if you're interested, tomorrow night I'm on Twitch. TWITCH. That one. With all the girls with big titties. I know it's really hard when you go to Twitch and you see all these girls with titties and stuff. And you want to watch me or titties. I'd probably watch titties too. But anyway. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't call me dude, right? Oops, no, I'm on the wrong one again. Don't call me dude. Dude? Oh, fucking hell. Is this going to work? I don't know if it's going to work. Shit. I was trying to be smooth. I'd already turned the mic off. I was going to just go to bed and say, don't call me Bud. Fucking don't call me Bud. Bud's so offensive in Australia. You should never call anyone Bud. Take it easy. Time to go to bed. Oh, fucking don't do that before you go to bed. Just go to bed. All right. Cheers. Much love to you all. Stay safe. Look after your family, eh? Cheers.